Hi folks, I'm Ian Baker, and today we're going to go over the 2019 Keystone Sprinter 31 FWMB. This is a mid-bunk fifth wheel. The great thing about a mid-bunk, if you haven't seen one before, is the fact you get an awesome rear living space like this one right here, plus you still have an extra bedroom, whether that's for an in-law or kids, whatever it may be, but it is a very popular up-and-coming layout. Now, the big thing about the 31 FWMB, this floor plan, is the fact that it is shorter than most. A lot of times, in order to fit all that in there, you have to get 37, 38 foot. This one actually comes in under 36, which, if you're looking to get into a lot of campsites, that's right about the cutoff, is at 36 foot. So definitely something to think about. Let's start off right here in the main living area. As you will notice, you have dual opposing slides, which really help open up this main living space, and it allows you to have the kitchen island right here in the center. If we take a look over at the campside slide, you will notice the dinette. Plenty of space for 4 people to comfortably sit and have a meal together. This does drop down into a bed. If you need that additional sleeping space, you simply remove the legs right here from the flange and the floor as well as the table. That will drop down. You can take these back cushions here. You'll just remove those, throw it right on top, and then that will create your sleeping space when that is laid down. There is storage underneath the dinette. To access that, you will see this little loop here. Put your finger in there, pull up like so, and that will give you access to that storage, which is, in all honesty, quite easy to get to. A lot of people want, the doors on this side that open up, but the problem with that, especially if you have bad knees, is you have to get down on your knees to be able to get in from the side. So this does make life a little easier. Also in the slide, you'll notice big windows all the way around in lieu of storage, like across the top of the sofa. It's what a lot of manufacturers do. They went with larger windows instead to let in more natural light and give you some LED lights right up here in the top of the slide for light at night. Those are on a dimmer switch, so if you want to dim those down, if you're watching TV at night or trying to set the mood, you have that capability. Now, this is probably the primary seat in the house, the place you'll be spending most of your time. This is a tri-fold sofa. It is directly across from the TV, so you have a great shot to that. Being a tri-fold, it is a more comfortable style of bed. It's more comfortable than like your kind of residential sofa style pull-out with a bar on your back or an air mattress that deflates on you. You can actually see the cushion you get to sleep on right here. And then making our way around the back. So this is where it kind of differs from a lot of your mid-bunk floor plans, right? A lot of times this is extended out further and it has a sofa in the back. So to help shorten up this floor plan, they removed that, gave you a little bit of storage, some electrical outlets on both sides, and you still have the big rear picture window. Now the storage is, nothing to write home about, but it does give you a little extra. You will see this electrical outlet. Now, to me, it looks like that is a fireplace prep, but according to the floor plan, the prep is supposed to be right underneath the TV. I'm not sure. We don't have one on the lot with the fireplace in it, so if you want a fireplace, that's definitely something you would want to clarify before you do pick one of these up. But again, right in the center is that TV. Directly underneath is a sound bar for better sound quality. You'll see a little bit of storage underneath that, some additional storage right up top. Now, moving into the kitchen, it definitely has some good storage in the kitchen. Big pantry, you can certainly appreciate that. I know I can. You have the Dometic fridge-freezer combo with the stainless panels. When I open that up, you'll see this one has plenty of space in there. It does run off both propane and electric and also has automatic switchover. Now, right behind me is that center island. You'll see the faucets located off to the side because it's not a super deep island, but it is fairly long. So they have the side faucet here, large single bowl stainless steel sink. This also has a sink top cover for prep, and you can use this as a cutting board. If we take a look right down in front here, you will also notice little bit of storage underneath the sink. It's a good spot for some of your pots and pans. You have a bank of 3 drawers right off here to the side. And you will also notice your electrical outlet over to this side here so that we have a place to plug stuff in. You'll see I just turned on the accent lighting here as well. So if you want that kind of extra lighting at night, just helps give a little pop and flare. Right across the way is basically the rest of your kitchen. You have good additional prep space here as well as an electrical outlet for any other appliances. Good spot for a coffee maker right there if you don't want it on the Little sidebar here, which I'll show you in just a moment. 3-burner cooktop with a glass cover that of course folds up and back. Your knobs do light up, as well as this one comes with an oven underneath if you want to do some baking. Open this up just to give you an idea of the storage underneath there. Additional storage up top. You have the microwave and hood, which are both stainless to help match the refrigerator. So on this wall, again, more storage up top. It's actually more than you would think. It's decent storage up there. Right underneath is kind of that bar top area with 2 electrical outlets. So this is kind of a secondary spot for a coffee maker if you want like a little coffee bar here. Or, you can set up a bar, or just decorations, really whatever else you want. We take a look underneath that. Again, you will see additional storage. So as I mentioned, this is a mid-bunk unit. We got to see the rear living area. Now let's take a look at the mid-bunk. So as we walk in here, you will see the beds right over to this side. The top bunk here, 300-pound weight capacity, which is impressive, but it is pretty short. I didn't take a measurement to it, unfortunately, but I'm going to guess you probably have to be about 5'4", 5'5", to be able to sleep on here. I mean, I have about a 6-foot wingspan, and you can see, well, probably easier to see that way, but I mean, it's definitely short. So even though it's a 300-pound weight capacity, it's definitely built for a child. You will also notice a shelf up top, which is quite nice, with an electrical outlet, so it's a good spot to charge cell phones, tablets, things like that. This does fold up and out of the way and lock in place. That way you can sit on the sofa here underneath. Now to make up for this being short, the sofa underneath actually forms into a very large bed. So what you do is you move the cushions here, and then these big old thick guys fold out just like so. And I'm 6 foot tall. As you can see, I can lay down here with a pillow. My feet aren't hanging off. So as a 6-foot adult, you can sleep on here. So if you have 2 additional adults that need to sleep in here, not only do you have the tri-fold sofa in the main living area, but you also have this right here. So it's pretty nice. And also, again, it is a very thick mattress. As far as the cube sofas, that's probably one of the more comfortable ones that I have laid on. There's an electrical outlet underneath, so if you need to plug any cell phones in while you're sleeping here, you have the capability to do that as well. And on this wall, you'll see the storage there across the top, more across the bottom, space for TV. This one is equipped with a Key TV system, so if you're not familiar with that, it's pretty great. Outside, I'll kind of show you the little box when we get out there, but basically you have 1 input for cable, 1 input for satellite TV, and that feed goes to the entire camper. So all you have to do is, plug in that cable line. It feeds to this TV, the living room TV, and the TV in the bedroom. So we take a look at the bathroom. There are 2 entrances and exits. One into the main living area, the other one right here into the bedroom. Down in the corner is the foot flush lever toilet. Now, personally, I wish they would have had it angled a little more to the right, just because for me, it is a little too far to the left. My legs kind of being jammed up into the shower, but it's definitely adequate room to get your business done. Just not a place you're going to want to spend a ton of time. Right over to this side is the neo-angle shower itself. The shower doors are on a roller track, so that way when you open them up, the water goes right down the door into the shower pan, which is great. Instead of a curtain, a lot of times you get water everywhere. Hand wand in here, skylight. Even without the skylight, I'm 6 foot tall. I can stand underneath the ceiling, but with that skylight, I mean, you can probably be, 6'3", maybe even 6'4", and as long as you're under there, you won't have to duck down. Making my way back out over to this side, the mirrored medicine cabinet right up top. Stainless steel bowl, I do like that rather than having like the plastic composite. It just looks a little bit nicer in my opinion. You'll see the electrical outlet there, and then some additional plumbing access underneath. Last thing I want to touch on is right here next to the master bedroom. You will notice the linen closet. This is something that a lot of manufacturers don't put in, but I certainly love when they do. Obviously, it gives you a spot for all your towels and other bathroom accessories. In the bedroom, you have a queen bed right here in the center. As you can see, this one is residential size, the full 60 by 80. So as an adult, a 6-foot adult, again, I can sleep here without having my feet hang off. There is storage underneath if you want some additional storage. You can see that big storage, easy to access as well. Both sides are tall wardrobes. I really like this. I know, a lot of people like nightstands, but with this, if you have like a lady that wants to bring a dress, it's not going to get all crumpled up on the ground because you have the taller wardrobes there. And you have mirrors on the doors if you want to check yourself out. You'll also see storage going across the top. A second AC right here in the bedroom. This one is dedicated just for the bedroom. You can see the controls right here on it. And if you want TV, the connections for that are right up on the ceiling. Now that we've seen the inside, let's take a look at some of the outside features on the Keystone Sprinter 31 FWMB. Right up front, of course, is the beautiful painted front cap. You'll see LEDs inlaid in the side. Keystone emblem right up front with the mirror underneath to help you align your hitch with the kingpin. Speaking of the kingpin, this one does have the road armor kingpin where you have the pivoting head here to help control some of the bucking and chucking when starting and stopping your tow vehicle. Shooting down underneath, you will see the front storage compartment. It is nice and open. The cable management is excellent. It's all over here to the side. Spare tire directly underneath. Hopefully you don't have to use it, but if you do, that is where it is located. And off to the side here, you have a light as well as your control for your landing legs, and then solar prep. So if you want solar, simply buy the portable panels, plug it in right there, and it'll trickle charge your battery. Coming around to this side, if you notice the power awning on here, you'll notice a couple things. One is the fact it has the speakers built right into the heads. Those are the Solaris speakers. So that way, when your awning is fully extended, the music is playing down on your campsite rather than blasting out at your neighbors. And you will see the LED light strip underneath there as well for light at night. The garage compartment, you'll see a couple things. One, the fact that it does have a covered hinge, so you don't have a bunch of rust coming down your door. Also, slam latch baggage doors, and folks, these are excellent slam latches. Very heavy duty door. You'll see they still use metal components rather than plastic. And just like that, it shuts just the way that it should. You'll also see that it is magnetic, so you can put it up just like that. Stays right there. You don't have to worry about hitting your head on it. You have the side box storage right there, and then big open storage above that. You'll notice that all the plumbing is over to the side. You don't have any running down through here, so that way you have full access to all that storage, which is fantastic. Electrical outlet right outside in case you need to plug anything in. Of course, it is a fully laminated product, as you would expect. Making your way back a little bit further, you have the More Ride step above step system. Very, very sturdy. You know, I'm over 200 pounds. You can see as I walk up and down on there, the steps don't flex really at all. Aluminum treads as well, so those don't rust, with the grip tape, and the large foldable grab handle for excellent control from the first step all the way in. So we take a look at the back. Right up top, you will see backup camera prep. That way, if you want a camera, having it installed is easier because of that prep, meaning it will save you money on labor. You'll also notice the large rear picture window here. The bottom two panes do open for airflow, and down underneath that is the key TV. So as I mentioned, when you open this up, you'll see a cable inlet as well as a satellite inlet. Plug it in right there and it feeds to all the TVs. Super simple. Right down here is your rear power stabilizer control, and then underneath that is your bumper with the square end caps, so you have a place in which you can store your sewer hose. Making our way up a little bit, I do want to take a look at the wheels. You'll see they're aluminum alloy wheels, that way they don't rust out on you. And right in between is the Road Armor suspension system, which that, especially in conjunction with the Road Armor Kingpin, make for a great smooth tow experience. That definitely helps mitigate a lot of the bumps in the road, meaning that when you arrive at your destination, your stuff should remain where you put it. You'll see the docking station right over here that will have all of your water hookups there. Black and gray tank valves are underneath. You have two terminations, one right here, another one behind the rear axle. And this will open this up. So again, this is to the other side of that front storage area. A little bit smaller door on this side, but realistically, you don't get in on this side nearly as often. Two 30-pound propane tanks here with the switchover. And last thing I want to point out is actually on the front cap. So this is kind of something minor, but just kind of shows you some of the quality components that Keystone and Sprinter is putting in their products. So right here, this is actually a separate piece that they put on the cap. Most manufacturers will take this piece right here and they will bend it around and then try to fill in with silicone, but that's not the case. They actually have this separate piece, that way you have less chance for water intrusion. All right, folks, and that wraps it up. Again, this is a 2019 Keystone Sprinter 31 FWMB. If you're interested in this beautiful fifth wheel and you would like price and availability, simply click on the link in the description. Thanks again for watching. I'm Ian Baker, and let's go camping.